Hello, 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 hello. Welcome everyone to the second day of the European Chess Club Cup 2022. This is your host Sagar Shah, and a very exciting day of chess awaits us. Guys, a warm welcome to everyone. And we're going to look at the most exciting games of all the Indian players today in the second round. So let's have a look at this game. Oh, Gukesh has just won his game against Zoltan Varga, and that is a big result here for Gukesh. Excellently played. We'll look at this game. Anand today is not playing, so uh, he's not playing this round. Let's have a look at what Harikrishna is doing. Harikrishna's endgame is kind of drawish and should end in a draw, which is a very good result because I believe Harikrishna was in big trouble against his opponent. Let's go and check the game of Vidit. Wow, look at Vidit's position. Amazing. Vidit has complete pressure on the e6 point. What a positional crush. Vidit seems to be in tremendous form. He's playing against 2410 Jens Jelmer. Guys, can you tell me which is the weakest spot in the black camp here? What is the weakest spot in black camp in this position? How is Vidit going to break through is also a good question actually. Yes. Maharishi Ray, Delight Daniel, Beloglavi Soup, Aditya Chavan, Alishan Ali, E6. This is a very weak point, E6. Also, G6 is a weakness. How to exploit it is a question. But for now, Vidit needs to get rid of this knight from G5 because it's kind of blocking everything up. One of the ideas I think Vidit can think of is to go G4 at the right time and open up the position. Vidush Paras Ramka says E5 is also weak. I agree. E5 square is also terribly weak. Let's quickly check what is up with Arjun Erigaisi. Arjun is up again. So Vidit will win this, I believe. He shouldn't have too many issues winning this. Yeah, Arjun here. And Arjun is playing against Kjartansson Gudmundur, and he's a very good player. But Arjun is black, and wow, this is a complex position. But I believe the engines think it's equal, but I think Arjun will have his chances here. For example, guys, I have one question. If black goes queen d3, what is the only move for white to hold this position? Let's see how many of you can find this. Not easy, but I think there are many strong players in the chat. So I'm going to find who are the people who can get it right. It's a very nice move. Yes, fantastic. Why are many people wanting to go queen c8? It's a very surprising move because look, if you go queen c8 here, by the way, which is the main move, then I can pick up the knight. You can give a check, all right, but I'll go g6, queen d7, and king h6. I thought this is winning for black, but after queen c8, it's not because there is a mate here, and actually you get the draw that you wanted. But guys, king h6 is the correct move here. And after that, if you give a check from f4, I go king g6, and there is no check, and this is a win for black. So that's the reason why not queen c8, but actually the right move is queen b1. So all the people who said queen b1, Safal Fazil, Narendra Pandey, Beloglavi Soup, Venkatraman, Pandi Guru, Madara Uchiha, Hema Singh and Aryan Reja, well done, because now you have pinned the queen to the king, and that's the reason why white is completely fine in this endgame. So right now Arjun is thinking very hard about how should he continue here, and let's see how he continues. Let's go back to the game and let's have a look at how Nihal Sarin is doing. Whoa. Nihal Sarin's games always very exciting. He's very low on time right now, has 10 minutes on the clock. 13 minutes for Margeir Petursson. Margeir Petursson is a grandmaster as well, and he has created some big threats, yeah, like knight coming into f6. But Nihal is thinking that I can go my board with king to f8, so knight h7, the queen is defending here. So what should Nihal do is the question. If you look at the number of pawns, it's equal. Position is around equal here. So I think Nihal is doing pretty okay here. But time-wise, 10 minutes for him, 13 minutes for Petursson. Okay, let's see if I can. By the way, for pairings related to this event, let me just see if I can pull it up. So that you get a better idea of this event that is happening. Oh, Hirak Doshi, thank you for your for contributing to the helpchess.org and for being a believer of Indian chess. Thank you so much. You too can go and check out helpchess.org and contribute towards Indian chess. So what I'm going to put up here is the pairings and show you what is happening. Give me a second. So after yesterday's round, this was the ranking list. We have as near as Le Grand Eschec here on full 2 points. They won all their games. So did Typhoon. We had Novibor. So there are three teams who have Indians. One is Typhoon, which has Arjun and So one is Arjun's team and Nihal's team, that is here at number 2nd position. Then we have Novibor, which has Vidit and Hari. And then we have here CSU ASE Superbet. So this one, these three teams, they are all on 2 points. And today their pairings look like this. So Anand is here, but he's not playing. Vishy Anand is not playing. Richard Rapport has taken the top board. Then we have Harikrishna against Arthur Pijpers and Vidit against Jens Jelmer. And Typhoon mein Arjun versus Kjartansson and Nihal versus Margeir Petursson. And also Gukesh here is playing against Zoltan Varga. Here. So that's how things, and by the way, Gukesh has won his game. So let's go back to the game now. Let's focus. So now that you are aware of all the pairings and everything. Okay, some of you have been asking, why can't Nihal not take this pawn? What is the reason behind it? Well, the reason is very simple. The point is, this pawn is the weakness. So, with this check, I want to attack here. The queen is defending it. But moment you take here, you have opened up the h file. So, how should white continue here, guys? Can you tell me? White to play? Uh, Rishi Agarwal, if you play rook g3, then after queen h1, it's checkmate. Yes, very good. All those who mentioned long castle are absolutely right. So, Lakshya, Yash, Chinmay, ChessBase, and Himanshu, well done. You long castle, and the rook comes to h1, then a check, then the knight takes here, and it's over. So, Nihal cannot be too greedy and pick up this pawn. So, he goes knight to g5, which is a fine move. He wants to trade the knights here. I still think that Nihal has very good chances in this game, but Margeir Petursson has more time. He has 6 minutes more. If you look right now, we are on move number 22, so 18 more moves to make. It's going to get really, really difficult at some point, and there will be a lot of time pressure. Let me just make sure that we have enough tabs open so that we can follow all the games. Yeah, let's go. Harikrishna drew. Okay. Vidit here playing. Let's see what Vidit is up to. Let's also update the scores. 1 draw, and we can have rest. Rest mein Anand is resting. Draw mein Hari has drawn, and 1 mein Gukesh has won. So we have Vidit Chandramouli says Nihal wakes up around 30 seconds left and starts the play. Yes, we'll look at Gukesh's game. Sure, Satyam. Okay, first king f6 has been played here. So Vidit ne kya kiya? Vidit said that I'm not very interested in opening up from here with g4. I'm going to open up from the other side here, which is c4. So he plays his pawn to c4. He takes, and now king f6. So here's one question to all of you. If rook d8 putting pressure here, why is that a mistake? White to play. What's the problem? Aditya Gadkar, the time control is 1.5 hours for 40 moves and then 30 minutes for the remaining game with 30 seconds increment per move. Yes, you guys are absolutely correct. Rook f5, Kamal Vijay, Aryan Reja, Narendra Pandey, Lakshya Mundra, Amrit Kashyap, Chinmay Haripriya, Abhiram Rishil and Akshaj Patil take on f5. The pawn is pinned. You can't take this. And then once the king goes back, you can play rook here and put pressure on this pawn. Okay, you might lose this, but you will win back the h6 pawn. Okay, so Vidit's opponent played king f6. Some people were asking what is Gukesh's new rating, but I don't think he must have gained so much with this, only 0.8 or something. Gukesh is now 2734.2. So if Arjun wins, he will then go ahead of Gukesh. This is the thing between Arjun and Gukesh. They are all the time, one of them is going ahead of the other and then the other one is going ahead. So it's a very nice And by the way, this happened. He played queen d3. Kjartansson played queen b1, takes, g5 on the board. Now this endgame is very, very interesting, guys, because Arjun is a big fighter, yeah. So imagine, he takes, I think he'll take, and goes knight c3. Now my point is that if he takes c6, it does it queen already? Just let's say I play a5. This is already a blunder because take and c6, no one can stop the pawn. So here Arjun has a fantastic move in this position. Who can find? Only a genius here in the chat will find it. Some geniuses, wake up, guys. Black to play. From which platform are you showing? Tanish, this is Lee Chess. I'm showing it from Lee Chess. See, I have this book. Where is this book I was reading today? It's called Sprint. Okay, and in the sprint they say you can achieve anything in 5 days. Okay, anything. And the point is, you should know what you want first. First thing you should know is what you want. Here, what is the point that you want to attack? First, try to figure that out. Hamesha aim, start from the end. Ki what is it that you want to attack? Once you determine what you want to attack, then you find the way to reach the square that will help you attack it. Correct? So you want to attack which pawn? The pawn on d4. Correct? And that's the reason why the right move here is to attack it from f5. And so the move is knight h6, and brilliant job by Lakshya, Safal, Sahil, Sarvanan, Aryan, Honest, Kamal, Chinmay, Kunal, Delight Daniel. Fantastic. All those who said knight f6, possible, but not the best, because you are not going to be able to attack. So look at this, knight at 6. Now, of course, this doesn't work because I take c6, knight f7, c7, knight d6, and I stop the pawn. There. Okay, he doesn't attack. He goes knight d2. Guys, I have a feeling that Arjun may convert this. Arjun is very, very good at such endgames. Let's enjoy this endgame. He'll take first. Okay, coming back to the game of Vidit Gujrathi. Vidit here after queen c3. Vidit likes to do this. He comes here and he's like, hey, abhi main idhar push karega, fir tera king aise open ho jayega, dar ke khel. He goes back, just rushes back. Now Vidit may want to repeat, then wants to, but okay, maybe not smart to repeat because his opponent is under time pressure and he has to make 9 more moves in 1 minute 49 seconds. Let's have a look at Nihal's game after what? Nihal has sacrificed his queen. Dosto, queen f6, knight e4, queen h4, rook d2. Is this a mate? Bapre, guys, Nihal Sarin has sacrificed his queen. Look at this. Look at this. Nihal Sarin's big threat now in the position. Let me flip the board over for you to see. Now, his big threat is first a check. King here. Okay, let me ask you. Okay? If you play the move queen e7 here. Okay, check. If now opponent plays king f1, why is this a big blunder? Let's have everyone in the chat. Hey guys, why is this a big blunder? Big blunder. This is a big blunder. Yes, absolutely correct. All those who have said 92, Ashman, Kamal Vijay, Chinmay, Anant Krishna, Ashish, Shitij, Aryan, Crazy Content, Akshaj, Vivan, check here. The king is mated, has nowhere to go. Okay, so after rook d2, of course, after queen e7, you must play check. King here is mate, but king here, what about this move? Now Nihal goes takes. He would love to bring his other rook, but for now it's controlled. King c1, check. King b1, horrible move. Rook b2, mate. Mate, try to visualize that mate, because the knight controls this square. So you have to go king d1. And now knight b2, knight f2, both are drawn, and the game will end in a draw. So most likely, this game is going to end in a draw. Nihal's queen sacrifice, although very pretty, might not lead him to a victory. That was nice. Nihal's queen sacrifice, although very pretty, may not lead him to victory. Nice. Okay. Coming here now, after knight d2, gh4, gh4, you and knight h6. So he is going here. But guys, देखो यहाँ पे जाएगा तो he'll come here, he'll defend this and this. You are attacking this and this. So I think, but let's see, like knight f3, king g6. I can go like this, then I can go like this. So it's not easy. It's not easy for black, for white, for sure. This is not going to be an easy endgame. Coming back to Nihal Sarin's game. Oh, he did play queen e7. Nice. Nice. Margeir Petursson has attacked here, and he has made a very direct thing for Nihal, that you want to draw, please draw it. By the way, my question was, what happened to rook h1? Check. King here. Wow. Guys, can you find the move here? Can you find the winning move for black to play? Because this, your queen down now. Amazing, dear chat. You guys are fantastic. The right move here is the absolutely correct g5. Anuj, Fire Boy, Safal, Sudarshan, the Snack Bandit, Yash, Kunal, Tirth, Aryan, and Pathik. g5, extremely important. If you had written knight d2, that would be bad because of king g1, no more checks there. And if you had written rook f2, then my queen takes and you are rook down. So that's the reason why you begin with g5, queen h5, and now I take, you play king g1. Okay, you can also play king e1, but after check, king here. Now the rook joins in. Earlier the queen was controlling that square, and after king here, rook d2, that is over because check and knight coming in is a mate. So that's the reason why king g1, but then I go check, king here, check, and this is again game over. So that's the reason why this doesn't work out, and Nihal would win there. But in the game after queen e7, check, check, he's played king d1, and the game's gonna end in a draw. Okay, Nihal ends in a draw. Meanwhile, Vidit Gujrathi here after king, he did repeat, no? Yeah, Vidit style. Repeat, and he goes knight to g6. Okay. What is Vidit's idea here? What does he want to do? A very natural move here for Jens Jelmer is rook d8. He's down to 2 minutes on the clock. But rook d8, what would be Vidit's answer here? Guys, this move is epic. Absolutely epic. Please don't do. White to play. नो गाइस F4 खेलेंगे. F4 में नाइट यहाँ आके बैठेगा इधर सर पे. Find the move. Oh, he plays rook d8. Come on with it. Come on. Come on with it. Has to find this move. Can Vidit Gujrathi find this move? 1 second. Let's think. Let's breathe. किसी को मिल नहीं रहा. किसी को मिल नहीं रहा. Not easy. Not easy. Maverick GG. Nice. Shomik Ghosh. Akhil Gupta. Well done. Rishi Agarwal. The right move here. Guys, look at this move. Beautiful move. Suggested by Anuj, Maverick, Rohit, Saravanan, Preeti, Venkatraman, Leon, Prashant, Shomik. ये मूव को जरा देखिए, पहचानिए इसकी सुंदरता को. नहीं, रुक D1 नहीं, D5, D5. Because look, if you first take with the queen, you can't take. Correct? This hangs. You can take here, but then I go queen d4, and then if king f7, now I play f4, and if you play your knight here to e4, I take. Now you can take the pawn or the pawn. Which pawn would you like to take? Let's say you take here. What's the winning move, guys? Here, what's the winning move? Everyone knows. Yes, exactly. Ashish Anand, Anand Krishna, Amit, exactly. Knight e5 check. So d5 ko another option was to take here, but now once again queen d4, no change. You go king f7, I take, and now once again I play knight e5 check, winning the queen here, so you have to give up the rook. This is winning. So Vidit had a very golden opportunity here to push forward with d5 and get his queen here, and some great variations, like if king f7 here, again f4. The main point is that you want to sort of fork these two people. King g7, and now somehow it seems like Vidit's position is no longer so winning as it should have been. Threatening knight e5, because earlier on the last move you could not take it, because if you took it, then a check here and the queen is lost. So that's the reason why he played the move king g7 on the board. Okay, let's quickly go and check. Nihal drew the game already, I believe. Yeah, knight f2, king c1, knight d3, draw. What about Arjun? After knight b3, knight f5, king f3. Oh, he gave up a pawn. King here, king g7 on the board. I think Kjartansson must find this move knight a5, but after that knight g6, king f5. Knight e7, king e6, h4, king e7, h3, knight. No, that seems too, we're too quick. So look at this. Check here, sorry, knight a5, check, king f5, check, king e6, h4, king e7, h5, h3, knight c6, h2, d8, h1, c6. And here somehow magically this seems to be drawn, this position, even though you are a queen down, because I'll put my king here and push this pawn, so can't win that. Meanwhile, let's stick with Vidit's game. After king g7, what has happened? Plays king h7. Anand Bala, thank you for becoming pillar of Indian chess. That's so kind of you. It's the highest tier membership, so thank you so much. Magnus gave 3 pawn sack. Oh, Magnus's game today was epic. Let's have a look at Magnus's game. Is he winning? Oh, he won. He won. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. It was scotch. First pawn was given in the opening, somewhere here. Where Magnus says lelo. E5 ka pawn lelo. Takes, gives the queen. Bishop d7, bishop d3, rook e1, king f7, knight c3, bishop d6, f4, king c2, bishop b2. Now he's 2 pawns down, rook e2, what a move. Actually, he's 3 pawns down, rook f1, g5, h4, good move, f6, hg, bishop e5, knight d7 takes, and his opponent resigned here. Wow, what a game by Magnus Carlsen. Pura hi pura attack. Sorry, draw is not with it, Nihal. Sorry. Let's go back to the game of Vidit. Oh, this happened. He played knight a5, knight g6 has happened. Now he's thinking, should he come king f5? Should he go back? So I believe that if you don't come up, you are lost. So he must play it. He'll play it. So 4 Indians have finished. Now it's Vidit's turn here. He needs to figure out a way to win. How does Vidit win this position? That is the question. What is the way to break through? Can he figure out a way? One is that you are always looking at this d5 break, but it doesn't seem to be working. Rohit Dubey says queen c5 in the game of Vidit. Rohit, this looks interesting. You are aiming at some kind of a fork here, but for now this square is well guarded. Vidit goes b4. He's of the opinion that, even if there's no check or something, I'll try to blast open the position with a4, b5. I think right now it seems like White's position is definitely preferable. 3 more moves to make before time control. And Jens has only 1 minute 12 seconds. He goes queen d6, which is a fine move. I think Vidit will go a4 here and put further pressure. b5. Meanwhile, Arjun Erigaisi's opponent has found king f5. Good move. And I think for Arjun, it's kind of necessary to go knight e7, check, defending here. Anand Bala has sent in a huge super chat of 50 USD, says, looks like our youngster Gukesh, Nihal, Arjun are playing really well. I'm really happy to see Vidit and Harikrishna back on board. Is Anand sir not playing today? No, Anand has taken a rest today because in a team there are 8 people and 6 boards. So people keep on sort of switching. But thank you so much for your super chat, Anand. I think everyone's very happy that all the top Indian players are playing here and we can see all of them in one place. But I think it's a very, very important event and a very short one because it's just seven rounds here. Oh, meanwhile, queen g3 has been played. Vidit went a3 and queen g3 played. Now, will Vidit choose some kind of a move here? b5. Today, you guys are talking about all the youngsters like Gukesh, Arjun, Nihal. But today I did an interview with a youngster who makes all of them look old. That is Charvi. And I did an interview with her. She's born in 2014. So she's actually 11 years younger than others. Like 11 years younger than Arjun. Around 8 years younger than Gukesh. What a talent she is. This is a team event. Rohit b5 for sure. Now this one looks like a classy move. Because if you take here, the idea always is, why did you play b5? For what reason? White to play, guys. Here. Come on. Can you find it? White to move. You've given up a pawn. You've opened up the position. And what do? Please don't write queen c7 because then the queen is hanging. Look at how many people wrote queen c7 already. Ashish Anand, World of Wit, Rutvik Sutaria. उठ जाओ दोस्तों, जाओ. The move here is d5. Absolutely right. Rohit, Jansi, Parth, Nimesh, Kian, Vasundhara, Sampa, Misty, Aditya, Amrit. Well done. d5. So the point is that after d5, you've opened up this diagonal. If you take here, I could take this, but also look at this move. Queen f6, threatening here. It's all about opening up lines for your pieces. But Vidit has only 5 minutes to move, and generally in such positions, Vidit likes to play it a little safe because he thinks he's better and he will be able to outplay his opponent. So I don't see him taking this risk of b5. But if he is able to find b5, it would be great. b5, d5, move in. Because you could even think of going d5 directly, but after cd5, queen f6, it's not really working. Knight g5, and now I have my own threats, knight h3, knight f3, and so on. Let's go quickly and check what is up with Arjun. He goes h4. Whoa. Arjun doesn't even go for knight e7. He goes straight away h4. And his point is, once again, take this h3. The pawn is queening. So I think h4, king g4 is the only move which I think he will play. And then he will go knight e7. Then he will take here. Then he will give a check. Then he will, oops, not there. He will play king g4. He will take on d4. And we will reach this position, I think. But, if knight e7, I believe he may not take here because there is knight f5 and you lose this. He might make a waiting move. But what? He must do this. And he must try and assess this position, which is not at all easy. Not at all. Check. 5 takes on c5. It's not at all easy. h4. So Kjartansson has his task cut out here. Let's go back to Vidit's game. Vidit now down to 3 minutes 20 seconds. He hardly has time. Rohit says, how is rook d1? Rohit, it's a good idea, but knight g5 attacks here and here. So you have to be careful. Why is Prag not there? Prag is not there. He's not playing this tournament because I think he also has certain engagements in Mumbai. He's coming down to Mumbai tomorrow, day after. There is this event that he has with Julius Baer, where he's going to give a simul. Julius Baer is a company that is one of the sponsors of the Champions Chess Tour and has the Challengers Chess Tour named after it. So he's coming there to give a simul, and I'm going to be there. I'll go and cover it, and you guys will be able to watch it. But it's always a nice thing when one of the chess prodigies comes and gives a simul in the corporate world, where you have so many interesting people, influential people. It really helps to build up the game, and it's nice to see Prag doing it. I mean, Vishy Anand has done it for years, many other players. He goes king g4, and now knight e7 found by Arjun. Arjun has found. Now only move is to take. Actually, this is not an easy decision. I can tell you that. While I can say that king f5 is easy, king g4 is easy. All these moves are easy. What is not going to be easy for Gudmundur to find is king takes h4 now. What did Vidit play? Yeah, he went queen e1. As we saw, Vidit likes to play it a little safe, maybe slightly safe, little too safe here. And I think this position, now black is fighting back. He's worse, but he's fighting back. Manan Goel says Champions Chess Tour has thought of Prague as their next ambassador after Carlsen. Sweet. I mean, I think at least in India, Prague is the ambassador. He's done so well, the event. Prakhar says, Sagar, how were the teams for the tournament made? So generally, oh, he doesn't exchange. He goes back. What? Why Jens? Jens, what is the reason for not taking here? Okay, I can understand you are under pressure here, but what about just knight g5 defending this? If f4, knight e4, I think black is okay. So the teams generally approach the players and they sort of make a contract with them and they pay them, and that's how it works. Most of the players write to the clubs, or the clubs approaches the players, and that's how it is. It is not through any tournaments or something or you will see in some teams like for example, I think Novi Bor it was. I don't know who was there first, but for example, Harikrishna, maybe first there was Sashikiran, then Harikrishna joined, then Vidit also got in because it's like they recommend them, they know that the team bonding will be nice because players know each other, and that's how a team builds up. But not all teams are like that. F4 played, nice move by Vidit, just putting pressure here. Now the knight can no longer come to G5. Some teams are just built for that year, while some teams are sort of growing over the years with their team. Queen d7. 40 moves have been completed, so both players will get half an hour on the clock. I think it's time for Vidit now to, I think with half an hour on the clock, he will play b5, takes, and d5. I think he would do that because after take, okay, now it's not so simple. Knight e7, you can go rook e6, even queen g3 with the idea of queen g6. Yeah, this is interesting. Will he play b5 and d5 is the question. KNN, not anyone can play against Prague. The Simul is day after tomorrow, but only selected people from Julius Baer company can play. Can we see Gukesh game? Okay, let's have a look at Gukesh's game. So Gukesh here playing against Varga Zoltan, e4 d5. Gukesh took. Generally, Gukesh doesn't open with e4. Yeah, he plays d4, but here today he was okay. Knight c3, d4, knight f6, knight f3, bishop f5, knight e5, c6, bishop c4, threatening to take this pawn, e6. And now, of course, Gukesh is going to play the very, very natural move. Guys, can you find it? White to play. Yes, that's a good move. G4. Well done. G4. By Delight Daniel, Sunzu, Shobhit, Mithun, Rohit, Yaya, Kavya, Aniket, Aman, Aditya. So you go G4. It makes a lot of sense. Bishop E4. Castles, huh? Oh, not F3. F3, just go back. Or he'll play it here. Okay. So that's the reason why castles, bishop D5, knight takes, pawn takes, bishop D3. Knight C6, C3, takes, knight goes back, queen E2, queen C7, F4, G6, king H1, H5. And now Gukesh's next move was epic, guys. Again, can you find it? White to play. White to move. This next move is very important, what Gukesh did. Because if you do not do something, you will never be able to get f5. If your g4 pawn, you push g5. So all those who have written g5 here, not a good idea. Actually, hardly anyone, which is good. The right move here is f5. And this, all those who have said, shows your good understanding of chess. Because notice, if you take here, then after fe, fe, the king is already very, very weak. Okay, and I can go bishop f4, bishop d6, and then I can take, and already g6 is hanging, and the king loses his castling, game over. Rook d8, rook d1. And so, the other option is that here queen takes e5. But then, in such a position, I take here. Now, if you take my queen, I'll take your knight. If you take fe6, I'll take the pawn. So you must take queen takes. Then I take, you take, I give check. And this is the calculation that Gukesh did, which is why he was able to play f5, which looks like a pawn blunder, but actually it's the best move in the position. Then Zoltan finds the best move, which is long castle, because he gets his king out from the danger zone. Now came the move fe, fe, rook f7, and hg4 was played. So with rook f7, he has stopped many of the ideas, because just a question here, why is queen e5 a blunder, guys? I want at least 50 people to answer this. Vikalp Nigam, Prag's next tournament that he's going to play is Fagernes Open in Norway, which starts from, I think, 10th of October. Guys, the right move is rook d7. Well done. Well done. Mithun, Aniket, Abhigyan, Intellectual, Ashish, Chirag, Knights of Heaven, Alpha Devil, Venkat Dondapati, Krish Arora. So here rook d7, if you take the queen, I take on d8, check, okay, bishop e2, piece up. If you take the rook, I take your free queen. So that's why rook f7, very interesting move. Takes, bishop f4. Brings the other rook, take, take. And he blunders here. Blunders big time. Can you find why this is blunder? Guys, white to play. So sharp, yeah? Gukesh. So sharp. Yes. Rook at 7. Sun Tzu, Delight Daniel, Chirag, Alpha Devil, Mithun, Nagaram, Aniket, Hanzala, Abhinav, Shobhit. So I do this. Now your bishop is attacked. I think Zolta Vargan might have underestimated this move. If bishop f4, I believe you can take, and now you lose a piece with, with, with. Let's see how quickly our chat fills up. Bishop b5. All these checks, those who are giving, are forgetting that the rook can go back with the support of the knight. So, oh my god, check has more. Abhishek, Fast Curious, Sunzu, Deep, Vansh, Abhinav, Arnab, Vaibhav, Taher, Chirag. Guys, don't be attracted by just a check. Bishop b5 and you win a piece. It's very, very surprising that almost equal number of people think bishop b5 and rook h8. Okay, bishop c1 was played. Bishop b5. Very important move. Again, so accurate. Because you want to go bishop h4, but in comes g5 with the support of this bishop. So you find this move queen c2 and you tell the bishop you don't have square here, here, here if you go I'll take. So he goes here. Now the queen takes the pawn. How to finish off the game? What? Vidit won on time? No. No, those 40 moves are completed, guys. Rook d3 happened. He didn't win on time. Opponent is still thinking. Meanwhile, after 97, oh, he did take. Arjun's opponent playing well. Check. He played king g4, knight d4, king f4. Nice. Seems like now Arjun won't be able to win this because if I take this, you take this. And then this extra pawn will fall. This should be a draw. Going back to Gukesh's game, how did he finish off? There's this very cute move that I would like you to find here. Gukesh also couldn't find it. I mean, he might have found it, but he didn't play it. White to play. Pulakesh Sahu, Mayank Sharma, Manoj Mishra. Fantastic. Very good. Intellectual Chirag. थोड़ा ये dangerous है. Queen takes e6. Your queen is hanging. See, if you go queen e8, there is queen d8. That saves the day. Right move here is bishop h4. Controlling d8. And this has been found by World of Wit, Chirag Khanna, Vijay Chan. Now, if you take here, anyway, check, king here. Check, mate. So, bishop h4 was a good move, but Gukesh took, was also winning, takes, check, and opponent resigned because if king c8, bishop h4 is again winning, and if king c6, already queen e6 is hanging. So yeah, this is winning position for Gukesh, and his opponent resigned with equal material on the board, which is amazing. Vidit's opponent goes knight d6, hoping to put his knight here, and Vidit goes a4. Now knight can sit here. I believe that he wants to just sack an exchange here. Takes, takes, and takes. This is what he wants to do. Mate. Guys, आज एक स्ट्रीम खत्म होने के पहले एक सॉल्व करेंगे ये बुक में से, माइकल एडम्स वाला बुक, where he gives one position to and then everyone of every different level solve. Shall we do it? We'll all do it together. Arjun after king f4 is thinking. Rohit Dubey says, Sagar bhai, could there be death match between Humpy and Harika? Just think that women's chess does not get the attention it deserves. Yeah, we have to do it. Also, the thing is, I think Humpy will be playing candidates now. So that's a big event for her. So that's one we are looking forward to. But for sure, that's one worth doing. But there's one very interesting matchup that is going to come up very soon. I'm going to reveal it in 2 days from now. So we'll let you know more about it. Aniket says, I'm going to start the book myself, by the way. Arey, nice. Today I did an interview with Charvi, which I've published, and also with Vaishali, which I'll publish tomorrow. And then Himank, who also interviewed Mritika, which will come up, who I think is one of the big talents. Manan Goel, we might not change the deathmatch format, but we might do more death matches in a year. Will Arjun win? I doubt, because you know why I doubt? Because there's very little material on the board. And also this knight is looking here. Once the king comes here, then there'll be more pressure. I doubt whether he'll be able to win. I think it's a draw, closer to draw. AS says, give hint about matchup, please. Uh, the most exciting matchup, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. अब guess तो करो, कोई guess ही नहीं कर रहा है. When is Nihal versus Ding? 12th October. Will Prag come to the club? I think Prag has to travel on Saturday, which is the day of the club. So maybe if possible for him, we can ask him if he can come on the 7th, one day before, and then ask if we can do something there with him. But I don't know. 6th is his event. 7th if he can do. Someone in the chat has guessed it already. Sac 12 says very low audio. Sac 12. Okay, I'll try to improve it, but I believe that the audio is okay. Manish Bhatta says, is Nihal gonna play Global Chess Championship from Austria? No, it'll get over, no, by then. 4th to 10th में हो, अभी तो 10th तक हो जाएगा ये टूर्नामेंट, 12th को है. Okay, few more moves have happened, guys. King f7, King e3, Knight f5, King f4, Knight e7, Knight b3. Okay. For the time being, actually, he's pawn up, so could try to press, but I think he'll put his knight here. So King e6, check, King here. No, not, I won't exchange it, sorry. King g4. The problem for black is the lack of space and how to, sort of come out of this bind. That is the problem. Go and check what Vidit is up to after a4, knight c4, queen h4, queen f7. Nice defensive play by Jens. Rohit, king h2 is a nice idea in Vidit's game. Just to put the king on side, maybe look for g4. King g6 by Arjun. Arjun won't accept a draw so soon. He'll fight, he'll fight. He'll push his opponent to the limit and then try to extract a blunder. I can give you a good puzzle, yeah, that's for sure. Should I? Oh, 94, okay. King comes here. The reason why this is draw, guys, because black is not able to make progress. ये weak है ना, ये knight attack कर रहा है, ये king भी active है. Vidit finally breaks in with b5. Is it well timed now? Will it take? Can I go d5? I mean, but maybe it's not the right time. Black is okay here. So with it b5, most likely after take, he will take back. I think Vidit will be able to outplay his opponent, but it's actually moving towards sort of black being able to control the game. Ooh, 96 played. ठीक है. King h4. Let me get the book, yeah, and then I can check. My favorite book for the time being. I read it all the time. I enjoy it a lot. By the way, I solved one more position without you guys. Apologies. Apologies for that. Apologies. Yeah, ready? Guys, ready? Please tell the name of this book. Name of the book is Think Like a Super GM by Michael Adams and Philippe Hurtado. Arjun has a huge time lead. That is true. That is true. But white का मुंह कैसा है इधर आगे पीछे आगे पीछे आगे पीछे आगे पीछे करते रहो. There's nothing much else to do. No, Arjun can try. कहाँ से पर? Virat says get your king to f7, e8, d7, then ng6. Okay, but how does it help? You come here, I'll put my knight here. You give me a check, I come to f5. What next? Then I take this. अर्जुन के ओपोनेंट की रेंज 2 4 5 6 है. While both the players are thinking right now, let's go and I'll put the position. White king g1, bishop f3, pawns e3 f2 g3 h4, b2 a3, rook b7, black king g8, pawns h6 g6 f7, e6 rook d6, bishop b5, f5 b6. Side to move, black. Okay, I'm going to show you this position now that I've just set up. Black to play. What would you play here as black? What should black do? Rook d2 says Sid. Bishop a4 says Kaushik S. Bishop c6, I have my doubts, for sure. Because the moment you play bishop c6, I'll play rook b6, pinning. The other idea is rook d2, rook b6, rook b6, rook takes b2, a4, check, king 2, bd3. Okay, we'll think about this position again. Let's look at the game. What has happened? King h5, knight e6, we saw. King h4, we saw. Knight f8, king h3, knight d7. Okay. Arjun has made some progress now. He can go here, but his opponent is going to win this pawn. तेरी मनमानी बस तुम तक बातें बचकानी बस तुम takes knight d6 ऐसे पूरे जाते जाते तुम तक How should Vidit play now? I think one idea is to just go 95, hit the queen. Ask the queen के कहाँ जाओगे भाई? भाई नहीं बहन. Queen g7, and now go rook g3. No, why not? And then queen e7 offers a queen trade, which I will not accept. Queen h3. Though you will go and win a pawn. Okay, fine. I don't mind it. I'll plonk my rook in. You want to win another pawn? Take it. Be my guest. Rook d2. Check को knight takes. So safe हो जाएगा. Sakar Chess, Ambernath says, sir, did you like my rook song? I haven't checked. Sakar Chess, I need to check. By the way, guys, you can check out his channel. He keeps on posting some very interesting videos, so check it out. Arjun, king h3, knight d7, king g2, knight f6, king f2. ठीक है. किंग ने पूरा यहाँ से साइड से आके ऐसा ऐसा साइड से. कैन द किंग विन इट? For example, the white king is right now stopping the black king. Let's say I go a5, king e2. Now I want to come here. So then you come here. And such things can get even risky for Arjun. So has to remain careful. Let's see how it continues here. Now let's go to the game of Vidit. T6. Okay. Still thinking. Vidit is down to 17 minutes. 15 minutes for gents. Okay, while they are thinking, let's go back to our position where we are training. The entire chat is training today to become stronger. So guys, what's your move here? I want you to put down in the chat what is your move. black to play. What to do, guys? What to do? So not so easy to figure out, yeah. So I haven't been able to refute his idea with rook d2, because rook d2, rook b6, rook b2, a4, rook b1, king h2, bd3 should be draw. So my point was that I want to go rook d2, takes and takes this one. And then if you go here, I'll give a check. I'll go here. I think this is equal. Let's see what the chat has come up with. Chat में a4 बहुत लोगों को खेलना है. a4, okay. Fixing the pawn on the same color as your piece, maybe not the best. Bishop c6, many of you want to play, but what about this move? Did you consider? Bishop a6, possible. Somehow doesn't fit into what we are expecting here. Rook d2 एक जन है, king g7 है यहाँ पे, okay. f5 definitely not. It opens up the second, seventh rank completely. h5 possible. Bishop a4 possible. g4 possible. So let's look at what the answer is. My suggestion is rook d2. Let's see. White seems to have the upper hand. Black is in. This is 2305. There are different rating levels of players who speak about a specific position. We'll talk. We'll go and check this. But let's first come back to the game and see if any move has been played. 96. Rook b2. Queen g7. Wow. Vidit has lost all his advantage. King e5. King is planning to come here and pick this. Then this pawn will start following. e3. King d6 now. This gets nasty. d4. Takes here, d3 wins. So he must find here knight g4 check. So king d6 now. Can he push? Because then this check is a must, huh? You can't take here. d4, knight g4, king e2, knight e5. Oh, he's pushed d4. He's pushed d4. And now Kjartansson has to find check here. If he doesn't play that, he's lost. Because let's imagine you take here. I play d3. Check. Very important move now, guys. Can you find it? Black to play. This is an important thing. Important thing to learn. Yes. So the move here, as you all have correctly pointed out, is king e2. Neeraj, Venkatraman, Grandmaster 404, Bhumika, Tushar, Dhruv, Arjun S, Rajkor, and Hansala. So king e2, and now this, notice how the king is at a distance of one square, and that limits the knight considerably. So queen g7 played back. Okay, let's go and check quickly what is up now. Did he find knight g4? That's the only drawing move. So Arjun, if you see, has brought his opponent down to a position where there's only one move to draw. Gukesh is currently ahead of Arjun on live rating, and Arjun wants to win and catch up. And then he goes slightly ahead of Gukesh. Gukesh versus Arjun is such a interesting sort of rivalry, friendly rivalry building up. Oh, he finds it. Amazing move. Gudmundur, well done. Check. Now king e2. Again, he has to find this. Again d3. Take, take, take. White wins. So, check. King e5. King d3. King f5. King d4. Black wins. But. Go knight f5. King e5. No, king c6. King here. g4, knight e5. Again d3. Takes. Knight f5 forced. King c6. Oops, sorry. King c6. King d3. King d7. King c4. Black wins. To king d5. अक्षत से सागर भाई आप गरबा नहीं करते क्या? Earlier I used to have a lot of garba stuff happening because in my home I think my mother was very much interested in it, but now no longer. Now everything is just there's nothing like, I mean, I'm looking forward to it or anything. Aditya Chavan says next CBI originals Gukesh versus Arjun. Okay. Do you guys like that? What did he do after night chief was? Still thinking, okay. Gukesh versus Arjun would be it. निशांत says गरबा करने की उम्र में चेस में गड़बड़ किया जा रहा है। शुभ चंद्र से सागर भाई आप कैंडिडेट्स खेलो ना, ऐसे ही खेल सकते थे तो खेलते थे ना, क्वालिफाई होना पड़ता है अनफॉर्चुनेटली। Ashi says, did you went for Garba night? No, did not. Not yet. Rakshit says, just back from Garba night. Arey, arey. Nice. Oh, he goes night. Actually, Vidit's position now suddenly doesn't look so great, no? Because if you see the knight is coming here, then this might hang on d4. He goes knight e5, stopping knight g4 plans. He has his own rook g3 plans. Let's see how it all unfolds. So knight g4, he played king f3, knight e5, king e4. Knight c4 played. Okay. Now what? Now your knight is hanging. If you move the knight, this is hanging. I think Gudmundur has defended so well, so well. कब तक defend कर पाएगा? That is the question. Meanwhile, Vidit has gone 95. Maybe next move he can play this. He goes rook g8. Nice move. If I play rook g3, take. And now here, I think black is the one who's pawn up. So with it, tread carefully. Yeah, it's not so simple, this position. What did he do? D3. Oops. Okay. Now the question is, can Gudmundur take here? Knight d2. Oh, wow. It will be exciting actually. So after d3, we are waiting. Let's go back to our puzzle. So in this puzzle, first 23:05 Elo says 45 seconds. White seems to have the upper hand. Black is kind of passive, though he's defending okay at the moment. Let's see. I'm looking at rook d2, rook b6, rook b2. Let me check the line carefully because it's a bit risky. Unless I have a tactical shot, I am fighting for a draw. Rook d2, rook b6. Okay, just making the moves. Here, this is his calculation. Rook d2, rook b6, rook b2. It's a tricky line. Rook b8, king g7, a4. Rook b1, king h2, bishop d3, rook 8. b1, king h2, bishop d3. Rook a8. And white wins the pawn. ये game है. Gukesh. Arjun. Guys, we have someone in the commentary room. Wow.
Hello everyone, what's up?
These are two games going on. Knight b2, d2.
Oh, what a complicated endgame. But it is equal. Still it feels किसी ने mistake किया तो risky है क्या? Pawn on d2.
विदित का game है. These two. ये और equal. Arjun, Vidit.
Arjun Vidit. Okay, hi guys in the chat.
ये position बाद में ला.
Okay, ये last में दिखाना है. You
हाँ,
want?
मैं दिखाऊंगा.
Okay, Sagar will show this position. ठीक है. So shall we begin? King f6, black to player. First of all, this is controlled. ये मर रहा है. c5 is hanging. And the question is, can this help black to win the game or not? क्या लगता है guys? If this would be your position as white, I'm sure most of you will lose because ये pawn इधर पहुंच जाएगा. That's what I feel. Let's see how to defend after king c5. Maybe it is good if you all are going to suggest a few moves like king e5 here, going towards the d2 pawn. Mustafa says definitely I would lose. Roshni also agrees. Amrita Didi reveal the next candidates for a death match. Oh, did Sagar tell you all? Like Samay says, उसके पेट में कुछ रहेगा नहीं, right? ठीक है. King e5. Let's just go with the most natural moves to see what is happening. King b4. Okay. The idea is I want to attack your knight. But as this is the central pawn, this knight can always dance. So it's not possible to, get the queen there. So king b4. Anyway, king d4. I'm not going to allow you this. Suppose king b3 gaya. Knight d1. Obviously forced. And king a4. यहाँ पे if you see white is reaching on time, taking the pawn, and it's a draw. So I don't see there is any chance for Arjun to really win this, even if Gudmundur makes any errors. So this is likely going to be a draw. This is likely to be a draw. I think black is winning, although Indian is showing draw. That's what Abby feels. Look, Arjun played a5, so he did not take the pawn on c5 immediately. He's still keeping things in hand. But white can just start with one simple idea, taking the king closer to the pawn. And it's very hard to imagine that black can win this. Let's go to the other game, yeah? Vidit versus Jens Jelmer. Right now, both of them are having 10 minutes each. Oops, very sorry for that. And a few moves have happened. Rook g8 was played by Gems. Vidit played queen g3, attacking the queen. We have some exchanges, major piece exchanges. King g3, knight h5. This pawn is lost and Vidit is thinking. If you count the material, Vidit has 4 pawns and Jens has 5 pawns. So Vidit is a pawn down. But if you look at this pawn on e6, it's surely a weak pawn. If you look at this rook on c2, it kind of is on a very good file and threatening rook c7. The knight on e5 is also very well placed. यहाँ पे if this pawn is attacked, थोड़ा danger है. So overall, there is a huge amount of compensation with Vidit for the pawn. But can he recover not just one pawn but 2 pawns? Because right now he's a pawn down. Also not to forget his own d4 pawn is attacked. f4 पे pressure है. So king cannot really go to h4 or it can. King h4, knight f4. This is one way to continue playing a little bit more aggressive. Or if you just, let's say, want to play safely, protect the pawn on f4, but then you lose d4 anyway. At the end, you have to give this check, and because this knight controls g6, 7th rank is controlled, the king has to go on the last rank. ये position आने वाला है. Also, don't forget that there is maybe a perpetual possibility, because if the king goes on 7th rank, then knight f5 check, knight d4. So ये भी ideas है. This is the position, king g3, not live position. That's what you're saying. No, this is live. With it. So actually, if Jens defends well, ये भी draw हो सकता है. By the way, if I just go to Vidit's game, 1 second. Acha, he did not take the pawn on h5, guys. After rook g3, queen g3, queen g3, king g3. यहाँ पे ओ ये नाइट इधर ही था, तो कैसे नाइट एच पे आ रहा था, आई डोंट नो. Rook 8 has been played. So Vidit is not a pawn down because h5 is there. He's not a pawn down. That was coming from some other variation. Currently we are at this position. Rook 8 के बाद. The point is this knight on d5 stops rook c7 check. ये बहुत ही important check था. If white gets this check, it would be pretty dangerous for the king and the pawn weaknesses. So this is stopped. It's a good idea. It's a good defense by Jens. And how should Vidit continue putting pressure on Jens? सवाल ये है. This is a weakness, but you cannot attack. रुक इधर नहीं जा सकता है. रुक इधर गया तो there is a knight over here. Any ideas? कुछ भी ideas है क्या? हाँ, he wants to create a passed pawn. That's what Hubli says. मतलब इधर से a5 खेल के उसको ये push करना है. And as we know, rook pawn is very strong against knight. क्या करना है? Did Arjun draw? Let's check. Oh yeah, the game has ended in a draw. Arjun का game has ended in a draw. So right now Vidit's game is going on, I believe. Is that the only game? Seems like that. King h3 or h4. King h3 Bhumika would land you in this check. And then the knight goes back. Check देके आ गया वापस. So no. King h4 could be seen. Knight d3, knight c5 idea. Okay. Sounds interesting, but black will start with a6. You cannot go b6, and in fact you're forced to take here ba6, maybe ba6, maybe rook a6. Both are possible. And here black has an edge because of that outside passer. Yeah, let's say ba6, knight c5. If you play, you attack this. Maybe black can just start pushing the pawn. Look at this. Look at this. Great example. It's like knight e6 you're taking. And then this pawn just starts. As we know, the rook pawn. Very hard to stop the progress. So rook 8 is a very good idea. By यहाँ पे he played knight d5. This was played. Rook g3 takes. And यहाँ पे rook 8 was played by Jens. Very, very good idea. Can we bring the king in? So where? How? Yeah, king h4 was one of the suggestion, right? Because there is, if knight f4, then there is rook c7. That's why. What if black continues with his plan and pushes a6? मारना तो पड़ेगा. Otherwise what? You don't want to just go rook b2, a5 anyway. Why not a5 directly? Yeah, a5 also possible. And if I don't take, this is a danger. So I must take and take here. How do you create counter player? Oh, Pathik Vora. That's a good suggestion. G4. Very, very good suggestion. This is how you can create counterplay. Because if you sit Shanti में calmly, हो जाएगा सत्यानाश. There are some times when you cannot be calm. You know, it is a good stress. It makes you do something productive. That's the move. G4. Very productive. If fg4, if you play king g4, what should black play? Guys, are you alert? Have you slept off? Are you studying? While studying, can you do multitasking? Bhumika, Rajdeep, Hebel, Poonam, Agam, तीर्थ, श्रीजीत, विवेक, अमित, हसन. क्या बात है? क्या बात है? Knight e3 check, and that is the only thing to take care of when there are knights on the board. Anyway, the game is progressing. क्या हम देखें live position? So Vidit played over here after rook 8. We were analyzing knight d3. He played knight d7. In some way similar, but the point is if a6 there is an extra move, b6 though it may not be a good idea. Anyway, a5 happens. Ye pawn is not so strong because you cannot enter here. Rook c7 is not working. A knight, it is so irritating. I mean, it is such a solid defender. Not possible. So what happened? He played knight d7 and Jens played a5 directly. Now very important that Vidit must take, and he takes here. He takes on a6. Jens mostly will capture with the b pawn. Here if you know that rook pawn is stronger, then though both the moves are equally good, you would go with the rook pawn. Let's see what he plays. So b takes a6 is what I am expecting there. Yeah, ba6, ba6. We were seeing knight c5. Rook a2 is another thing. Suppose the pawn pushes, you can go knight c5. You've stopped a4. Plus you're attacking this e6 guy here. ये खेल सकता है, but Vidit has to defend well. It's important because it is black who has this rook pawn as a passer pawn. Why is Jens thinking? Jens is down to 2 minutes 40 seconds, which is a good thing because Vidit has 5 minutes 40 seconds. He has 3 minutes more. How much is the increment? ba6, knight c5, a5, rook a2, knight c3 is my prediction. Okay, knight c3 for black then. Idea after g4 was rook g8. क्या बात है? Rakshit is predicting. Let's see, Rakshit. If this is right, then you have to give the next prediction also. Idea after g4 was rook g2. Yeah, oh, he plays rook a6. Actually, Jens has not gone ba6. In fact, ba6 was practically a way more better move क्योंकि बार बार वो एक टेंशन रहता है. You know, right? कि एग्जाम है, एग्जाम भले 1 साल के बाद भी है, पर एग्जाम है. You know, once this 12th is over, it's like, हाँ, no tension. So, at least पता नहीं, it was a dread for me. So, rook takes a6. Rook b2 with it plays. This is a good news for white. Way less pressure in comparison to the rook pawn, I would say. Now there is this check happening. Is it dangerous for the king? Is the king going to go into any mating net? क्योंकि just imagine na, knight f4. This king has no square. It's like one check on the king and it's over. But कौन सा check? Which check is going to happen? That is not realistic. Rakshit, prediction gaya. Good time to predict, marks. And then, you should get the opposite of it, which are like really good. Something like that. So, rook a3 ke baad, this is an option for black to get into, and then white will make a simple move g3, kick this knight away and take the pawn on b7. So this should also land in a draw. Okay, there is Nepo in the chat. What's up, Nepo? When's the world championship happening? So rook a3, king f2, knight f4. This has happened, by the way. He did not go king h4. Vidit went king f2 and knight takes f4 now. Rook takes b7, king g8. We are seeing quick moves here. Believe that he will go knight c5, putting some attack here on e6. Question is there any chance where white can do some tricks? मतलब अगर ये पॉन पुश हो सकता है और ये नाइट और रुक साथ में आ सकता है, if these three can be together like a family, then yes. But again, too unrealistic because this knight is attacking the h5 pawn. No time. If you go knight f6 check, the only blunder here, guys, is the only blunder. Yes. AB, Manan, Rakshit, Sarfaraj, Hassan, Bhumika, Ajit, Parthik, Patik, Rutvik, डोप, श्रीनी, विनोद, तीर्थ, शिवराम, सौमदीप. क्या बात है, सबके नाम हो गए. The only blunder is king h8. Guys, you are so good in finding blunders. Did you know that? Rook h7 checkmate, as we know this pattern. So obviously that's not gonna happen. He's gonna play king f8 and that has actually happened on the board. It's happening. So do they give perpetual here with knight h7 check? The king can go to e8, knight f6 check, king goes to d8, then rook d7 check, king उधर भागेगा तो थोड़ा सा risky हो सकता है. Now that h5 is defended, so obviously he'll not go this side. I am predicting a perpetual. I'm predicting a perpetual. Let's see what happens. Can you play g3? Okay. So if you play g3 here, yes, what do I do? There is this check, there is this check, maybe this check, yeah, maybe this check. You go king g2, knight goes to g5, and okay, I have controlled this, but knight h7 check. And question would be, what about this rook endgame if you win this? But doesn't matter because this king is pretty close, and in this case, this rook endgame after rook takes e6, this is a draw. So yeah, but g3 is good. Let's see. You can play g3. The other option with black is instead of knight h3 check, he gives knight d3 check. And if king g2 or something, he tries to liquidate further. f4. Okay, some moves have happened. यहाँ पे check moves. Okay, Vidit played rook h7. He has not given perpetual, which means he still has good hope, which means that there are tricks, especially also because of the time. Rook h7, ये attack है. What do? This is defended. Is white winning a pawn? Okay, maybe the other option is Vidit decides to give the d4 pawn for the h6 pawn. Can you even win h6 pawn? There is king g7. So let's say if rook d3 right now, rook h6 would be a blunder because king g7 and you see it's trapped. The rook is trapped. I mean, you can give check, but then you lose the knight. And here on g6, it is controlled. So you are not really threatening taking there. He's thinking, Jens is thinking. Yeah, in that knight h7 check, black knight, it was not forced to take. But even if he takes, that is still a draw. That's the point. rook h7. ठीक है. So why is he thinking? Because he's down to 1 minute 18 seconds, and no matter what, with knights on the board, time pressure is risky. He gives rook a2 check. Guys, how much is the increment? Is it 30 seconds or is it anything else? Rook a2 check. Of course, Vidit will play king f3. This is attack. He will take on g2 here. Will it become a crazy race? H versus F pawn. Is it going to happen something like that? Or will it become a crazy race among the kings? Like, मैं पहले checkmate करूँगा या तुम? Oh, it can become complicated. In time pressure, anything can happen. King f3. Why is Jens thinking? Of course, he gave a check so because he wants to take the g2 pawn. He takes the g2 pawn. Vidit gives knight d7 check. If king g8, then knight f6. Maybe they will repeat. Maybe they will gain some time. Or will he go king e8? But if king e8, it goes away from this h pawn. Then does it give any better chances and, you know, tricky ideas for Vidit? Rook pawn, guys. Do not forget this is a rook pawn. अभी रुका हुआ है, बट इट्स अ रुक पॉन. हाँ 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 हाँ, कैसा लगा जोक? या Vidit has 4 minutes extra. Oh, this can, कुछ तो हो सकता है, कुछ तो हो सकता है. संकल्प दीक्षित, थैंक यू सो मच. King e8. Okay, this guy goes king e8. Slight, very, very slight, you know, possibility of some scope in the future. Knight c5. Do you want to attack the e6 pawn right now? Do you want to just give check and say ki okay, practically this position is a draw. Let me save my energy. But knight c5 ko e6, how are you planning to save? Because the rook cannot go to a6, the rook cannot go to e2. Yes, Vidit plays knight c5, a very good move. He cannot defend e6 at least right now. He cannot. 4 minutes difference. 2 pawns hanging. 1 pawn potentially ready to become a queen. 1 king trapped on the last rank. These two are complete support for each other. But very far. So tell me, after all of this, do you think white has any bit of chances when even his king is slowly joining the forces? Oh, Rakshit says VD will win for sure. Practically, it is not winning. Practically. Sorry, theoretically, it's not winning. But practically, with time pressure and all these things, we never know. Rook E2 has been played. Now, you want to chop off this? Let's do that. What else do you see? No, nothing better there. He takes the pawn on h6. But now this king gets out. King gets out on the 7th rank. It has to play king f7, king e7. Oh, he plays king f7 and that gives advantage. For some reason, he still had to go king e7 so that for check, he can come up on d6. But obviously, king f7 is much more natural. Vidit has to find this check. ये check देना ज़रूरी है. For what reason is important? Because you have to give check, king g8, rook d7 to get the slight, you know, still slight chances. He gives a check right now. First of all, Jens had to decide whether king f6 or king g8. Oh, king f6 is a mate. No, guys, king f6 is a blunder. One more mate. Knight d7. You cannot go king f6. देखो, ऐसे पॉसिबिलिटीज तो आ रहा है ना, नाइट है बोर्ड पे, रुक है, नाइट है. यू सी, यू हैव टू keep trying even if it is a draw. He goes king g8, so that you are attacking. There is no time for white to enter king g5, king f6, which otherwise would have happened. So king g8. Vidit, where is he going to keep this rook? d7, e7. e7 looks the most natural because you are attacking here. But black is also going to be ready to attack this pawn on h5. Rook d7 is suggested. Okay, it's not so easy because rookie, as we are discussing, rook e7 natural lag raha hai. You are attacking this. But the problem here is rook h2. He is attacking this. You don't want to lose that. This guy, yeah, he who is like the, what to say, Bitcoin for us in the future. So king g5. You support the h5 pawn. Then there is knight f3 check. This king has to decide कहाँ पे रहोगे. किंग h6, किंग g6. किंग g6 अगर खेला इधर तो यहाँ पे चेक आ रहा है. एंड देन अगर किंग h6 खेला इधर तो नाइट d4 मर रहा है. इवेंचुअली दिस नाइट विल गिव इट सेल्फ फॉर द h5 pawn ऑल्सो. सो यहाँ पे जीतने का देर इज नो चांस. Oh my god, guys, Vidit is winning. Vidit is winning. Oh, what a news. Takes. मैं कुछ और ही नहीं देख रही थी ना. ओ गेम ये हो गया है. Vidit won! Vidit won! Oh my god! Amazing! Yes, Rakshit, you had said that Vidit will win, and Vidit has won 70th move, King G6. We have seen 1-0 here. Let me take you through the last few moves. यहाँ पे he played Rook D7. Rook C2 was played, which was a super blunder by Jens. Rook C2. I mean, look at this move. There is no threat here. What is the idea? Absolutely no idea. Knight takes e6, but he just simply gave a pawn. What was his idea? Why would he do that? Maybe he had 3 seconds. Look at that. 3 seconds on the clock. So he just made a move. Rook h2. And now king f5. Vidit wins another pawn. Rook h5. But the problem is final move. You go king g6 with the threat of rook d8 mate. And this rook is attacked. It's over. Vidit has won. We just did not imagine that this game could end in this manner. Brilliant. Super amazing. Super amazing. यहाँ पे actually, yeah, it was an important decision by Vidit that he decided to not give a perpetual. Obviously, he is higher rated, yes, true. But rook h7 and he kept trying. Everything at the end was based on this rook pawn. When black got such a beautiful opportunity to take with the b pawn, b takes a6, he didn't take it. He should have taken it. It would have put Vidit under a lot of pressure. Though obviously it was a draw, but it would have. So this is the way you keep trying, guys. Dead draw position. Vidit kept playing, and under pressure, Jens completely fell for these ideas, and he lost. Wow. मजा आ गया, total मजा. Rakshit says nerves got better of Jens, just the pressure of playing 2700 in time pressure. Totally agree. Opponent का rating 2410 है. What a crazy turn of events, says Ashi. Absolutely. Whew. So I think all the games are over. This was Arjun's game. Arjun drew. Vidit drew. Then there is Gukesh. He won. And I think all the games are over, guys. That was it. It was amazing to do some commentary towards the end of it. I think Sagar wants to show one position. So maybe time to call him and let's see if you can solve. But I'll see if he has slept off. I'm not going to wake up. So can we have a poll if Sagar is awake or not? Okay, let me see the poll. Sleeping, wake up. ये fake Vidit है. Awake. Let him rest. Wake. As the way he has fallen asleep, if you will see him, ऐसा लगेगा कि रास्ते पे कोई तो ऐसे गिर गया है. So definitely I'm not gonna wake him up. He has had a very long day. So मज़ा आया तुम लोगों के साथ. I think he'll show you this position. It was Nakamura versus Magnus Carlsen. That was the position he wanted to show. So कल से prepare करके आना. Oh, looks really good. A great book, by the way. This book, Think Like a Super GM. It has a few positions and the answers. He has given how, let's say, the same position is given to a 2300. The same position is given to a 1500, and you know the timestamps also, that how they think, how long they are thinking on each move. It's a brilliant book. So yeah, maybe he'll show this position to all of you tomorrow. Maza aaya. I think I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Sayonara. Have fun.